Last month in Youth Academy Challenge Save, we were beaten by Bayern Munich in the round of 24 game. I know it's called the Champions League knockout playoff round, but I'm calling it the round of 24 because it makes more sense in my mind, and it's easier to say. We've gotten to our youth intake today, and we played a few more matches in both the league and the cup, so how do we get on in the other matches? The first game we had after our defeat against Bayern Munich was against Puchar Polski, and they were beaten by a 0-0 thanks to a late winner by Graphics Polski. So clearly we needed to wake up a little bit, and the defeat against Bayern Munich did cause us a few issues in our confidence, but we won the game by 0-0. I'm not upset. It meant we picked up all 3 points, and happy days. The next game we had was against Ekstraklasa, and we did quite well in this match to get through to the semi-final of the cup. We want to win the Puchar Polski for the 3rd time in our history, and this year feels like the year we'll be doing a lot of things. To see all the players scoring their goals meant that we were really good, and we absolutely dominated this game to the point they had no shots on target, so clearly we're doing quite well against a team that is currently 2nd in their division. The next game we had was against Cracovia in the league, and we beat them 2-0. 2 goals inside 70 minutes meant that we were on top of the game and never really looked like giving up our hold on the match, and it shows that once again we're getting closer and closer to an all-time record. The last game we had was against Jagiellonia Białystok, and we were 1-0 down at half-time in this match, and I berated the players, and immediately they responded. A goal from Kowalski, a goal from Supreme, and a goal from Simon Smalek, so happy days. Speaking of Smalek, he is listed as a potential winner of the NXGN award this year, so we're going to be looking at that award when it comes through. The point that we're actually going to go a bit further this time than normal and see who wins the NXGN, because we have a chance to see a player win it this year for the first time ever. Either way though, this is the last game we had before we mess up, and as you can tell, it's been going quite well in the domestic competition so far. We are top of the table by 16 points with 9 games to go. Yes, that is actually happening. I can't believe it's happening myself, but there you go. We're doing really well. And we've broken a record. An all-time record. I didn't think we'd ever be beaten, but we are now 41 games without defeat. And it's beaten the 38 game unbeaten run held by Wisla Krakow for the longest of times, and now we've got the longest unbeaten record, and we're hoping to go invincible this year. I say that now, with 9 games left, and 16 points clear. That's jinxing it, I know, but that's the dream. We've had 16 clean sheets as well in 25 matches, so I'd like to get another 9 clean sheets to get 25 clean sheets in the season to break another record of most clean sheets in the season, which is currently held by Otwin de Wolf. And he's retired since that season happened. We showed you how far it's been, and 10 years ago, in fact, that record was held. If we could beat that record, that'd be wonderful indeed. But we're also here for the youth intake. How does it look? One could say that the youth intake looks really, really good, even if there's not one personality that really stands out in both a good and a bad way. So that's both good and bad, since we're normally so used to having like unambitious personalities. Mostly just balance, low determination, balance, low determination, balance, and a few fellow professionals thrown into the mix. So let's meet the players in question. I'm just going to cover the players with 4-star potential ability, so got a few to get through. The first player is Kasper Olsak, and he looks like a good midfielder. I think potentially throwing him as a Mazzala could be ideal. I could use him as a box-to-box as well. He's got the finishing for it, so there's that. Tackling does need work, as is his positioning, but yeah. Semi-field on attack makes sense, but does that mean he's a playmaker? He could be, but I haven't really decided what to do with him yet, but he looks good either way. I'm hoping we can make him into a good player. But Tomisz Mazinski is a winger. Definitely feels like a winger, definitely looks like a winger, and he's good in the right foot. When I don't use wingers, I use inverted wingers, so he's got the pace, the pass, and the first touch, and the technique, and the flair, but I would rather use him as an inverted winger, so am I concerned? Slightly, but we could definitely use him. Ekstraklasa is a centre-back who looks very, very promising, even if, for some reason, they think he's a fullback. I don't see fullback, I see centre-back. He's 6'1", He's even considered a promising centre-back by the media. And if you look at his mental attributes, oh boy, he could be a star. In fact, he could even be a captain. So we've got a lot of things to like about this kid. He's consistent as well. Yes, he's got injury problems apparently, and he's not very strong. But I think we've got a few things to like about this guy. The fact he can play all across the back line is useful. Whether or not I'd actually use it, I don't know. But if he works in his heading, his marking, and his pace, we could have a star on our hands. Even if he's not very aggressive. Is that why he's only a cover? Yes, anyway, it's a cover. Okay. Krzysztof Bielski is an inverted winger who's a wide midfielder. So I'm definitely going to train him to play further forward. He can play there, but I need him to do better and better and play there. And he's very inconsistent. It's the issue with him. And he's also got low determination, so he needs work. He's got pace though, but that's pretty much all he's got, which is awkward. This is Marcin Sobczak, and he's both an inverted winger, who's been a support player on the right, and an advanced forward. The question is, where would you play him? I actually think he could play in both roles, personally, but we need to make sure he does a good job. He's got the pace for what I'm looking for. He's got good dribbling and first touch. His finishing and composure aren't amazing, but we can work on a few things. And yeah, he's inconsistent. Yeah, he's competitive, but he's got a good idea and he's got a good starting base. Sebastian Barkowiak is another centre-back, and he's very consistent this time. Very good to see this kind of player in our ranks. Yes, he's not very strong, which is a downer, but he's got a lot of things I like. He's got good jumping reach, good aggression, good bravery, good decision making, good positioning, good tackling. Heading and marking could also be improved, but he's got a good starting base. I like what I see here. Cyprian Sarkowski is another goalkeeper. Not very good with aerial reach, even though he's 6'2", which is a bit awkward. He's only got 10 jumping reach as well. And he's also got low determination, so could do some work. Weirdly, he's good at free kick taking with 7 for goalkeeper, so not that I'd ever trust him to take a free kick or anything, but it's weird that he can do it. Jakub Zelarczyk is the last player with 4-star potential or more, and he's inconsistent. He's 5'11", and he's a centre-back, but good jumping reach, good aggression, good heading, good marking, decent tackling, decent positioning, and good strength. I'm not sure what to make of this guy, but he could also be a fullback if I really wanted him to be. Whether I play him in that role, I don't know, but he's got potential. Right, so we've got this game to play off camera, and then we'll get to the Next Gen award, I've decided. We've also got our semi-final game sorted out, and yeah, these are the two semi-finals for the Puchar Polski, and I think we've got an opportunity to win this cup again. I want to win it because I think we can do it. The fact is against Pogoń Szczeciin, and they are a team that I genuinely think we could beat. And just like us, they were unplayable at the beginning of the save and are currently winning their league by a country mile. I'm excited to see what they can do with it. I say by a country mile. They're 6 points clear of the team we beat in second place. They have a great chance to get promoted, and if they get promoted, that's a frees up a spot in the affiliate role. So happy days. I think this is exciting to see them doing so well. So we'll be back for the Next Gen award. I'll see you in a bit. So we're back. We've had our game against Miss Lanisha, and we're going to see if one of our players did actually make the Next Gen list for, I think, the 4th time, which would be nice. But this win is also quite useful for our ambitions for the league. We've officially qualified for the Europa Conference League with 8 games to go, which is actually impressive now I think about it out loud. But yeah, the fact that we've already qualified for the Europa Conference League is always a bit damning on the rest of the league at this point. But what can you do? We're 16 points clear of second place and 22 points clear of third place. The more I think about this, the more I'm thinking we could qualify for the Champions League with 7 games to go. But yeah, this is kind of interesting to say how dominant we've been this year. And especially with Lech Poznan taking on Radomiak Radom, it's very easy to see if one of those teams don't get the points they need. And if anything, Radomiak Radom winning would be very useful for our chances to win the title in the next couple of games. We literally could win the title in 2 games' time. So there you go. As for the Next Gen Awards, none of my players made it to the list. I honestly thought that given the article we had, I would see a player make the list, but no one did. However, a familiar face appeared on the list, and we took on this guy. Remember Sebastian? Yeah, he's quite good, isn't he? He's made the list for the second time at the age of 18, and he's a wonder kid and has made 10 caps for Portugal at 18. I think you could safely say this guy is one of the best young talents in the world, and he's starting for Bayern Munich. You know, the team that beat us last time out. Twice, and beaten us 3 times so far, but yeah, this guy's a monster, isn't he? Good lord. There is a Dane in this list though, and that is Matthias Murtoff. So very good to see this guy on this list, and it opens a door for Denmark to be on a future Youth Academy Challenge list. He's a wonder kid as well, so the fact that Fiorentina got him is interesting to say the least. And look at the value, that's not a high value either. They could lose out on this guy for decent money, but they only just bought him for 5 million, so hey, Fiorentina might need to worry about this guy leaving him at some point. As for the last guy, well, Moritz Arong is the person. He started his career at Hoffenheim. He's now by Leverkusen, so we also played against this guy. So 2 of the top 3 players in the NXGN list, we faced off again at one point, and he's already got a cap, 3 caps in fact, for Germany. Another wonder kid. He's ridiculous, isn't he? Still, this guy's at St. Pauli, and he's 16. I repeat, this inverted winger is at St. Pauli and is 16. He's playing the second tier Germany. He's getting paid just £55 a week. He turns 17 in June. What a monster. This guy is at 16. Good lord. This guy finished 19th place in the NXGN award, and Amiria, I'll do it again. Iago Cruz is quite good. I can safely say I'm jealous. I'm actually jealous. He's only started 6 times for Almeria too, but he's 16. Good lord. But there is a Pole in this list, and it's a left back, and oh my goodness me. Okay. Poland's going to have a bright future in left backs now. He's got a contract 12 million. He's got a release clause of 12 million to his name. If I wasn't doing a Youth Academy Challenge save, I would actually activate that clause right now and just buy him. Because he's only 18. I would actually buy this guy for 12 million. I really would. He's got that much of a future, and he'll just start for me right now. But yeah, interesting to see some names here. And Dortmund actually had 3 players that made the list in consecutive players. So there you go. I just thought I'd look at this and see what's around. The fact that Dortmund have got a goalkeeper who hasn't got a cap for Spain yet, but he's 18 and is a wonder kid. Have got this guy who is both an advanced playmaker and a winger. Most an advanced playmaker, mind you, but he's a wonder kid as well from Belgium. And he came from this team's academy. Wow. Okay, that's fascinating to me. Well, they've also brought this guy for... How many players did Gimieri's produce? Good lord, this guy's also a wonder kid. Did this team just have the great... They literally sold 2 players for 79 million. And they're both wonder kids. What on earth? And it's in this year. Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's a view-only league, but give this team a go. Because if they're producing £79 million worth of wonder kids in this save, they are going to be a fun Youth to Gold Challenge save. I guarantee that now. They are very exciting. I've decided that I might want to do a save of them at some point. Just because of this alone. Good lord. Anyway, I'm going to end this here. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on our season so far. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on the wonder kids we've just seen, and whether or not you'd actually still save with that Portuguese side I just covered. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on all of that down below. But anyway, until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.